Greetings and salutations, my fellow artists, and welcome back to Drawing Weird and Creepy Creatures. Today, on episode 2, we will be drawing a Borggi. The colors you will be needing are yellow, red, sky blue, yellow green, green, and a white coloring pencil, just in case some of the colors are incorrect or we need to add a bit more brightening to it. So, speaking on this, let's get started. Alrighty. Now, first, we have to sketch him out. So, first, we're going to start with the mouth. So, we're going to make a little quiff. Bring it up and over. And bring it a little bit towards in on the end. Then, starting here, bring this out, bring it down here, about here, and bring it over this way. But we are not done. We are not done with his mouth. We'll have to go over, erase a little bit of the mouth at the bottom lip, and start a little bit of a curve. Bring it down. Then start where you cut off right there. Bring it down. And that is his tongue. Now, I'm gonna bring it over a bit. Bring it closer in. So we're gonna give him a bit of a top lip. Bring it up. And bring it over like that. That is how you do his mouth. Next, we'll start here. So we're gonna make his bottom lip. Bring it about up here. His bottom lip, I made his lip a little too thick. So we'll thin that up a bit. So then, gonna want to bring it over. Bring it up like this. And then bring straight. And then make a line through that way. You just made his first little flappy mouth gill. From there, we will draw one of his gills. Then we will make his eye, just a simple circle with a piercing dot inside. Then, go back to the mouth, bring over a bit of that, because he's got a bit of meat there, and we'll bring this over here, and we'll leave that right there, and then bring another little swoop down here. So that way now, he looks like this. You now have his mouth, a gill, an eye, and a tongue, and a little bit of his chin. Next, about here, I'm going to start bringing it above, actually a little bit higher. My bad. I'm going to bring it a tad bit higher. And continue this way a bit. And there you go. You so far have his head. I will say though, I would erase this real quick and kind of bring it in a bit closer. And there you go. You have his head. I did go back and fixed a little bit. I made his lip a bit bigger. I would fix that when doing so. Actually, probably gonna go back and make his lip just a bit fatter, because he does have quite the fat lip. And I also moved his eye down a bit. Now we shall continue to more of his body. So we're going to do his leg. His first leg is just kind of a... Sorry, messed up a little bit. Okay, so what we're gonna do is kind of make kind of like going into like a V. I more or less help when doing his legs. I like to make a base of how he's standing. So I'm actually gonna move that down quite a bit, because I'm gonna make him a bit tall. There we go. So we're gonna bring his legs down to, and before we do that, make little half nuggy toes, because he has quite the nuggy toes, and we're gonna bring him out like this. You now have his first leg. His first leg is kind of a side view, and then his second leg is more or less just that. Actually, we're gonna bring that out just a tad bit further. That is not far enough. I'm gonna bring that out a bit further. And we're gonna do that. His foot still looks small. I am very sorry if you are working with pen and I'm making all these changes. It's just, it takes quite a few tries to get his foot looking right, because it's really, really weird. I have contemplated a few times just putting it on top of a shell. So we're gonna bring it out this way. Just a bit more. Ooh. Third try is the charm. Or fourth try. I have lost count. Don't hold me against it, because I really will not acknowledge it. There we go. Foot, other foot, finally done. Yay. Woot woot. We got it done. Okay. Now we're gonna continue his body downward. His body is kind of long, so we're gonna bring it down here, and after a little ways, you want to curve it down and swoop it, because that's going to be his tail. About here, about in the midway between this, where you think, go a little bit with his belly. About here, what you want to do is make it an obnoxious looking, thigh looking thing. You know, just a random thigh looking thing. And then we're gonna bring it up like this. Bring it down, and we're gonna swoop his foot like that. And give him a little toe. And then we're gonna do the same thing with back piece, except we're gonna bring it like that and bring it down. That is one of his hind legs. We're gonna bring it over like this. Then we're gonna make his other hind leg. We're gonna imagine that there's another thigh here. And swoop. Toesy woesies. And yeah. That is his other foot. We're gonna probably make the other foot leg, the bob, a bit thicker because it looks a bit silly. There we go. Now we're gonna finish this little weird thing. We're gonna bring this out just a bit more. It's kind of odd. It's kind of a weird, odd shape. So, I'm gonna erase that back. We are also going, because that's the perfect size for the tail. It's now just the body that is giving trouble, because it's looking kind of weird. So what we're gonna do, ta-da! Now we'll trim down his little back fat, little back fat, and now you have the body of the child of the Borggi, looking cool. Now we shall add his fins. So he's gonna have a fin right here. So you want to make kind of like a shape of the gill that you had. And then you bring it out a little bit and kind of do kind of like a swoop. And then you're gonna make some lines going down to give him some texture. He's gonna look weird, but it's a-okay. So then, about here on his body, about midway, right here, you're gonna make these little weird things like this. So you're gonna bring the line, bring it over a bit, and bring it down. And you're gonna go lower each time you do that, because that is his fins. Now don't go too drastically low, because you wanna still kind of give him a bit of that fin. So that's where you're gonna end there. Then we're gonna do something weird. I'm gonna bring it out, a big weird fin looking thing, and swoop it back around. Then we're gonna give him them lines again, except at an angle. And there you go. He has two fins now. He needs one more fin, one more. So we're gonna, how we do that, we start from the middle and swoop like that. Other way, swoop like that, and then bring that down. So you're kind of looking like bunny ears, but not really. Kind of like that. So erase a little bit of that line, and then I'm gonna bring the lines out, kind of go along with the curve of the fin. And there you go. Mr. Borggi is drawn. So now we shall color him. So let's go.
Heyo. Before we end up coloring him, I am gonna quickly ink him. And if you don't know what inking is, it means getting a pen, going and really defining his like edges and stuff like that. So that's what we are going to do. Also, if I haven't explained my blue hands yet, it is because in between stuff, I've been helping my friend dye her hair. So, yeah. Anyways, let me ink them up real quick, and I'll see you in a hot minute. Alrighty, let's get started on coloring him. The first color you will need is red, because we are first going to color his tongue. So let's get right on to doing that. And I usually like to apply light pressure, so it has like a more pinkish color. Now we're going to get the light blue, and we're going to give him some slobber. And you can kind of go whatever way you want to do with the slobber, just got to make it sure it looks like it's dripping off the tongue. And I like to go a little bit with the blue into the actual tongue, so it makes it look like it's actually a little bit faded onto the tongue. It is actually on the tongue. After you get done with the saliva, which is always fun to draw, you're gonna get your light green, and you're gonna color in the mouth. And make sure when you're coloring in the mouth, you make it a bit more darker towards the inner part of the mouth to give it a little bit more. I'm also going to bring a little bit of yellow onto it because, well, I don't have a certain color for his original colors, so I have to compromise. But put some green back over that yellow, and then make the inner part of his mouth a little bit darker with a little bit more pressure. So that way it kind of gives it more depth and makes it look like it's actually deeper. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your light green and cut them about midway in half, up to a good portion of his body. And you're gonna fill in his lips and feet and that lower half with your light green. And we'll do that really quick. Just fill in the lower half and get that done. He has a pretty simple color concept. It's not too hard. I also am missing a certain color, but that is completely fine, because I will show you in a minute what you're gonna do with that yellow again. So let me color in his feet, and you're gonna color in his gill, his little weird flabby muscles under his mouth, and his little fin and stuff, and around his mouth. After you get that all colored in, you're gonna take your yellow and go a little bit closer more to his belly and underside and his feet and stuff. And we will continue to color in his feet with yellow. You also want to get a little bit darker on I forgot to mention, when you do color in the legs that are supposed to be on the other side of his body, you want to do a little bit of a harder pressure with the green as well. So that way it gives it a bit more depth and makes it look like it's actually got some shadowing over it. You'll also be going over that feet with that yellow because it is the same color as the feet on the other side. Now after you get the faded yellow done, you're going to take your dark green and color in the other top half. So he will have 3 layers of different colors. He'll have that yellow, greenish, that bright green, and then you'll have that darker green. So you want to fill that in on the top of it. And once you get that done, you are almost done. So you're gonna fill that in and get that all filled in. And as soon as you do get that filled in, you will have all your greens done. So you won't need green anymore. There you go. That's all filled in. Now you are almost done. Now you're going to want to take your yellow and fill in the fins, because his fins are a yellow. So fill in them fins, and then once you fill in those fins, you'll be all done. And he's going to be a happy colored boy. Very happy colored boy. So let's get that done real quick. Get those tail fins colored in. And once you get all of that filled in, and then he's all done. And there you go. You got your Borggi all colored, and he's ready to go play fetch, because he loves some good old fetch. Alrighty. He really does have a basic color span, so. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had fun drawing the lovely Borggi as much as I did. He is one of my absolute favorites of my weird creatures besides my lovely Eider. But a lot of my friends seem to love him a lot, and I hope you guys love him too. He's just a great, good old boy who loves his games and loves getting some affection. And it just happens to also be a little bit fishy. But I digress. I hope all of you have a lovely day. Alrighty, bye!